Hi friends, my name is Borrodante and welcome back to the Moment of Supremacy. Hello! A lot of stuff, a lot of ideas. Overall, everybody wants better colors, and I agree. Right now we have sunlight and skylight in two separate layers, and that makes it hard to work with translucency of most materials, and any sort of reflected light doesn't take place, so that's why everything's dirty. We're gonna fix it almost immediately. The red thing should be more red, not so shrimp coral, I don't know, color. I think we should make... I kind of forgot about that in the last episode for some reason. I want to have a very crystal, bright and white gamma, so we should not do the warm sunlight. It should be white sunlight plus cold shadows. So we'll fix that. Everything will be a bit cooler. This kind of cape for the king. This sword, I love this. This idea is awesome. The front that suggested it, V94J. You're awesome. Rotate sword into this position so more of composition details would point at the king, like he's being attacked by the situation. Really cool. Fixes of anatomy here and there, the arm, the standing guard. This guard should be bigger. The cape should fly away at all, which is cool. We'll see the wings very well, but we'll have the idea that in the story the wings were hidden, and now they're not, in this particular moment. That's cool. More highlight on the main character, and the coat of arms should reflect a lot of sunlight, so we would see that this is where the secondary caustics would hit a lot on the main character. Rethink hair, make a pretty face, make the king skin not green because he's a goblin now. Darker space, I'm not sure about that. I think we should just make a better color, but we shouldn't go too dark because I think it's not gonna look too well. Well, that's basically it. Should think a bit more on the design of the clothing of the main guy. So yeah, there's that. Let's start with changing the basic gamma big things and then merge together everything right away and then just start fixing everything a lot quicker. Now let's find the king's skin first. You know what I want to change it to? Maybe absolutely pale white, kind of like close to completely white, but slightly dirty, so he would look just washed out. I don't know, it might work. It's hard to tell when it's just this for now. Oh yeah, he for some reason looks a lot more evil now. The skin of the guards, maybe they shouldn't be, like, I made them red, but they're kind of like, not really red, they're like just too hot or something, but like normal skin too hot. A little bit of this, like make it more profound. Hair color of the main guy. Let's change it because we're going with something less radical. I think this color will maybe even a bit more colorful, but not this kind of hairstyle, of course. Now, making all the surfaces in this layer cooler. Let's go with color balance. The hotkey is Control B, everyone. Let's add a bit more blue. Okay, let's go with matte red. And everything, especially the main guy and the king, will have a lot of reflected light from the red color. We'll pay a lot of attention to it, I think today. It's gonna be awesome. I want to make coat of arms a lot bigger. Not only because we need to reflect a lot of light with it, although it won't hurt to make it bigger, but just because I think it will look a lot more monumental when it's a giant thing. Now let's make a cleaner color for the sky somehow. Adding saturation works well. Ooh, maybe something like this. So I used the magic of Photoshop to create a special mask for only middle tones of everything and increased saturation on it. Looks hardcore and like a bit acidic right now, but I think as we move on with this, after merging everything together, it might be a really cool base to start with. Or maybe I'm horribly wrong. I want to get good contrast, but the shadows will be a bit too dark right now, because the next thing we'll do after merging everything together is adding secondary lights. Having everything too bright before adding them will actually result in a very flat and overly lit scene. Yeah, let's do this thing right away with a different design of a coat. I think it's even more Kanye West now. But he sure looks a lot more pimping now. That fits the character. Okay, now we're in 2 layers. The background and this. Now let's add some reflected light for basic shapes and then move on. Adding some red color from all over the place. Stronger at the bottom because the floor is a lot closer to the legs. Oh yes, this is too much fun, thinking through the good reflected lighting. I think this is gonna be this whole episode, just doing this. Totally worth it. Now let's think. This coat of arms is gonna reflect a lot of sunlight, which is white. So a lot more color in here will be actual color of the clothing and of the face, but still slightly mixed in with the carpet color. Now let's light up wings a bit. That's gonna be cool. Now reflects from the carpet became already brighter on the pants than the sunlight. That's a bit odd. Tone it down a notch, okay? And maybe make the sunlight a bit brighter too. We'll think on the shape of wings later. Right now don't want to get into that. We're thinking lights. Some kind of things. I don't know what that is. Somewhat of a battle dress slash... I don't know. Since the cape is gonna be flying away, let's actually mark it in somewhere around there. Oh yeah. And blend it in with the sky color a bit. Since it's flying away, it's basically the symbol of his whole conspiracy in there. And right now he can be all glorified angel dude with the supremacy. We're changing the story, obviously, but this is why it's fun. This way it kind of, okay, I'll have to think on the shape of the flying away cape a lot better than this. It will do for now. Now, this dude shouldn't look like elite, but he should be really cool. Anyway, we'll think more on this later. Now, more red on the king. Now, let's mark in the very bright spot. I think we'll see it, like from the camera point of view, somewhere around here will be really bright. Right, this is some kind of mess right now. Again, the design is going to be later. Any suggestions on what the coat of arms should look like? Do that. I think something giant, like maybe the grass field, is creating a strong reflex on the audience of this kind of color. I think it creates a really cool spot in here. Man, this red reflex on the wings is really awesome. We'd only have to change the shape of the wings, but it looks really cool. Now maybe more reflex on this side. I feel like this is a bit empty, like we're not thinking about anything in there. We'll probably add some reflex from the guard's shiny metal ass. But also, let's add that green reflex in there as well. A little bit. Like, from that side we also have grass. It's like a giant field all over the place. But a very, like, soft one. Something like this. Just so we wouldn't have to add it everywhere. Ooh, let's rotate the sword. Maybe we'll be able to just mirror it, by the way. Probably not. Wait, what? Not like that. Flip vertical. Shit. Okay, never mind. It's not a hard one. Let's just repaint it. It's not like I nailed the sword anyway. Maybe 10 times bigger though. Some metallic reflection on the belt. Ooh, let's add some reflection on the floor from everything. We had an idea of reflective stone, let's stick with it. Should go a bit stronger where the angle is bigger. Let's go with semi-long, adventurous, pirate kinda style. Orlando Bloom kinda thing. For the main guy, of course. Translucency right away. What can be more important? Well, I mean, there's nipples, but they are all wearing clothes in the scene, so... Translucency it is. I sound so sad. I wonder if this is like the first video the person is watching. It's like, what was that part about nipples, though? Man, this messy brush thing is really changing the way I paint it all. It's really removing any obstacle, like, no matter what details I mark in, they never stand in the way of defining something more precise, more correct. It's really a great way to start, and proceed, and finish too, maybe, I don't know. Okay, that'll be it for the guy's head, although this nose is too red in there. Okay, working out pretty cool so far. Let's finish work on the reflection, because when it's not everywhere, it looks fucking weird. Okay, let's take a break from lighting for a second and rethink the guards a little bit. What do we have here? Oh my god. Move the arm up and repose him a little bit more and make this one bigger. Let's start with this. Now, what's up with this guy? Sir, could you please stand straight? Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to get out of the car. Yes, you're in the car. No, you're not a night guard from another planet, sir. Okay, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to go into another layer. Because this is an ordeal. Now. What a face! Okay, the guard sucks for now. I don't want to think on the design of the armor, and that's basically all we're gonna see, the design of the armor, so that is getting postponed for the next time. Let's make the planets a little bit brighter there. They're kind of disappearing now. Oh, and maybe move the code a little bit, because the biggest planet is out of the picture at all. Maybe like this, to see both. I'm thinking maybe a couple of clouds. We're basically getting a normal sky here, of course, but I don't know. Dark sky would not work very well. We just have to pay enough attention to the planets and stuff, I think. Okay, one last thing for today. Let's maybe rebuild the wings a bit. I think I have it in me to do that. We'll save the previous version, of course, because the light on this is awesome. Okay, so the plan is the following. I don't want to cover up too much of the background. I don't know why, it's not really important, but for some reason I want to save that flag, at least somehow. We already covered this one, I want to save another one. So, I don't know, maybe the wings should be kind of thin like this, but they probably don't look much like a flying device then. Let's bend it a little bit from the wind. Now, you know what? Fuck the flag, let's do a decent wings. I would raise this up a little bit. I stick with the idea of making it an unusual wing. I think that's a cool thing to go with. Now, let's do the shading a bit. Okay, this is it for today. Let's see what we actually did. Man, this looks massive. Okay, goblin color. This is still here. This is also, well, we raised the arm at least. This dude is bigger. Nicer shape, more contrast, pretty face. That's a no. Cape fly away. All done, I think. Done here as well. This thing is okay. Redder red, bitch. Shine. We added some shine. Maybe we'll highlight it better later. Dirty colors are not the case anymore, I think. Darker space. Well, I don't know. Solved for now. Maybe we'll think something more about the space. We have the background in a separate layer, so it's open for experiments. Well, that's it, basically. Almost everything was addressed today. Give me your thoughts. I think this is turning out really awesome today. I think it's gonna go a lot better from now on, because we're done with Centipede series, and it was kind of a drag to do 2 series at the same time. That was a stupid idea, we're not gonna do that anymore. Not because it's hard to concentrate, it's just too slow. And now it's going to be 3 times per week, just this. So I think it's gonna be really exciting and cool. Man, I love the colors on his head. He looks like a dessert. I wanna eat him. And nothing sexual about that. So yeah, some future ideas for the design of the armor or design of any kind of clothing. And the coat of armor specifically. I wonder what it should be. Right now it looks kind of weird, like a tribal symbol, but of metal for some reason. We should make it really sharp and cool, like something monumental and aggressive. Well, anyway, this is Moment of Supremacy stage 4 already, right? Yeah, we did 2 episodes on sketching. I think it's worth it, because the colors are just insane now. Cool. Anyway, I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Let the spice flow. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! How swaggy am I?